guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hello. If you're returning, welcome back. So this week we are going to be doing a vlog of what I do on a daily basis. Before you guys tell me that I'm breaking any rules or laws or anything like that, especially heading into the lockdown, I want to let you know that state-carded athletes and also elite athletes, especially the ones who are heading towards Tokyo next year, are allowed to go to special places and work out, such as the Olympic Training Center. And also, we are able to continue our sports training, again, with special exceptions and permissions from the government. So, not breaking any laws here, not doing anything wrong, but I just wanted to put that out here before we get into my vlog. I hope you guys enjoy this week's vlog because this is a first time for me. I've never made a vlog before, which is why this video is a little bit late, but I hope you guys enjoy this anyways. So let me know in the comments below if you like vlogs, if you enjoyed this, if you have any questions for me about anything that's in this vlog, and without further ado, let's get started. Alexa, stop. Hey y'all, good morning. What's up? So you guys are gonna go throughout my day with me and see what exactly I do. It's usually a pretty busy day. So let's take a look in the life of Amanda. Let's go. All right, so the first thing that we have in store this morning is a breakfast, which we always do before training. A lot of people actually skip breakfast because they think that, hey, that's less calories to take in. But as you're working out, weightlifting or doing cardio, it actually fuels your workout and like kind of energizes your metabolism for the rest of the day. And so in turn you burn more calories because you ate more and you moved more and your body gave off more energy. So let's see what we have in store for breakfast this morning. All right, y'all, so this is my general breakfast. It's very German. I definitely would not have this if I was back in the States, but it's a pretty healthy breakfast. My favorite part of the breakfast is the second part with apples and peanut butter, and that finishes it off with a pretty light breakfast. So when we get to the Olympic Training Center, the first thing that we do is change. As you see, I have a MyZone MZ3, which is a heart rate monitor. It basically gives our coaches and some of the players a chance to analyze data since we all live so far away from each other right now. Basically, it gives you really helpful data like what your heart rate is, what zone you were in, for how long of time, and I'll show you guys some of the rest of the stuff later. But without further ado, let's get into the warm-up and see what the workout looks like today. So as you guys know, every great workout starts with a warm-up. You guys are joining me for my lower body day here at the Olympic Training Center in Berlin, and that is my favorite day. We do all the exercises that I really love. And so usually I'm doing a 15-minute warm-up on a bike and then a dynamic warm-up. We're doing a lot of things with 4 sets of 5. So the first thing that we are going to do is hang cleans, and that is to really help work with your hip power. Next thing that we're going to do is split squats to work on your actual leg strength from each leg. The next thing after that is going to be Romanian deadlifts. They're really great for your hamstring strength and really building up your legs and back. And then we are going to do box back squats, which is really actually a nice exercise. Front squats are my favorite instead of back squats because I feel like I have a lot more mobility with those. And then we're going to finish up with some sled. And also some band walks, which really works on some of your lateral strength and how fast you're able to move from side to side, which is really, really important in my sport. So out of this day, I think all of the exercises that are in this list are definitely all favorites of mine. Now y'all will get to see my horrible gift wrapping. We actually had a package come in the mail, which was one of my husband's gifts for Christmas. I'm really lucky that he did not focus or pay attention to the box because on the outside of it, it said exactly what it was. And so I wanted to get it and wrap it right away so that we could put it under the tree for him to open it on Christmas. So this is my wrapping skill. Alright guys, and if you didn't quite know, Germany is actually going into a hard lockdown starting on Wednesday of this week. And so we have gotten everything together. We didn't do any last minute Christmas shopping or anything like that. We generally ordered our gifts online and have started collecting them. And in the last week or so, specifically this weekend, we started setting up our tree for Christmas. So getting ornaments and stuff like that. And obviously this is my first year in Germany. And also this is the first time as an adult that I've had a tree for Christmas. Generally I'm with my family for Christmas. My family has trees. My family has like literally everything there and we just have to set it up. And this time, you know, since I'm not going back to the States, I'm actually gonna be here, and we decided that we don't wanna visit any family of his because we don't want to possibly get COVID on the way, whether it be while we're riding the train or anything else. And so we decided just to stay here in Berlin. And so I'm going to show you our Christmas tree setup with all the gifts that we have and all the hard work we put into our Christmas tree so far to make it seem a little bit more like Christmas and a little bit less like COVID-19. All right, so we have a Christmas tree set up in our living room here. And basically this Christmas tree is one we found online. It has a star on top, lots of snowflakes with lights, and there's LEDs on some of the branches. So it changes colors and you can really tell more in the dark, but obviously. And then we have a tree skirt. In English, we would call this a tree skirt. I know in Germany it is not called a rock or a Baume rock or anything like that, but we have all of our Christmas presents strewn across here. So it looks like we have quite a lot so far for just being two people living here and not, you know, having people over for Christmas. We're super excited about this Christmas tree setup and the fact that this is both our first Christmas together and our first Christmas tree. All right, y'all, so you see, cleaned, showered, amazing, and we're back, which means that my afternoon is usually committed towards schoolwork. If you didn't know, I do have a master's in marketing, but I am going back to school to get a MBA in human resource management so that I have more job opportunities open for me next year after I'm done competing in Tokyo. So it's definitely been a huge commitment trying to get 2 MBAs, but I think that it's worth it over time. And I think that it also opens opportunities for me here in Germany if I wanted to get a job. But of course, then I would have to go back to school for human resource management in Germany, but not for marketing. So
Let's see what we have in store today with the schoolwork. It's the beginning of the week. It is my last week of classes because I take 2 8-week intensive classes, and then every 8 weeks I switch to 2 new ones. So it's like kind of an accelerated master's program where I can get my master's in about 1.5 years or 2 years, where I'm really doing full-time student stuff, which kind of coincides with sports stuff. But you keep pretty busy, so let's see.
Generally, I spend about 2 hours a day working on some school-related topics, and this week is actually week 8, and that means that the 2 classes are almost over for me, which is great. I'm taking global perspectives for international business and managing organizational change right now. So those are the 2 classes that are taking up my time and keeping me really busy. So let's see what we have to do this week. It looks like in both of these classes, we don't really have that much to do. We have a couple of course projects and discussion activities, which is really great because you're able to interact with people online. My whole MBA is actually online from a United States university, and hopefully next year after Tokyo, I will be able to get a job.
Now that you've seen the Christmas tree and other things in our apartment, I was going to sit down with you guys and talk. So I'm very sure that you have seen some of the pictures around our apartment, some of the athletic achievements and stuff like that. And I've also gotten a couple of comments on my YouTube channel asking what sport I play and if you can watch me next year in Tokyo. So that's a 2-part answer. And the first part is no, I actually don't think that you can watch me next year in Tokyo, because if you are located in Germany or some places like that in Europe, actually countries usually broadcast only their athletes from their country. And I am playing for Team USA next year, so if you are likely to see my sport, you will be seeing the Germany men's team play in our sport. The women did not qualify for Tokyo. And so if you are asking about my sport, I am going to tell you guys a little bit about this in this vlog now that this is a more informal video, and kind of tell you what's going on. So a little bit about me. I have played in 2 games, London 2012 and Rio 2016. And in Rio, my team got a medal, which is in this box here. I can also show it to you guys. So this is our medal from Rio. We got 3rd place. As you can see, it is a bronze medal. We were not the best team, but we are currently qualified for Tokyo now, and we're hoping to get gold next year. So in regards to what sport I play a sport called goalball. And a lot of you guys have probably never ever heard of goalball before, and that's completely okay. So I'm going to describe it a little bit to you, but you might have to do a little bit of research on your own. So basically, goalball is a Paralympic sport, not Special Olympics, okay? There is a huge difference. So Paralympics runs parallel to the Olympics. So that means that it happens about 1 or 2 weeks after the Olympic Games. We're staying in the same village, get the same cool gear. But the difference between the Olympics and Paralympics, which you might have learned with Oscar Pistorius, who competed in the Olympic Games with his blade running legs, was the fact that the Paralympics is for people who have a physical disability. Now, I do have my arms and I do have my legs. Nothing is wrong there. I do have a visual impairment. So in German, that is a Sehbehinderung. And that means that I do not see as well as everybody else, and really normal people that I meet on a daily basis. So I've had this disability my entire life where I haven't really been able to see, but in the Paralympics specifically, for people who have a Sehbehinderung or visual impairment, you basically have to be under 10% vision, which seems pretty bad, right? But since I've had it my entire life, I've never really noticed or known what being able to see is like. And so when people are asking or commenting on my videos, asking about driving in Germany or riding a bike in Germany, I cannot comment on that because I can't drive in Germany. Actually, there is ways in the US where people who do have a visual impairment can drive with some assisted technology like bionic eyes and glasses and stuff, but that is not a thing in Germany. And I don't ride a bike for kind of the same reason, but nonetheless. So my sport is a sport for people who specifically have a visual impairment, and it's called goalball. And you just kind of have to see it to understand. And I'm going to insert a clip in this video so you guys can see a really, really short bit of goal ball, kind of see what I'm doing and see what I'm training for. But I'm training 5 days a week and I have the weekends off. Yeah, I'm basically a Profi-Sportlerin for my career right now as we stand, and I'm hoping to play until the LA 2028 games. Goalball is a sport that is played on a volleyball-sized court, 9 by 18 meters, and there are raised lines where players can kind of feel where they're at instead of seeing. Everybody in goalball is blindfolded, so nobody sees anything. But the ball has bells in it and it's about 1.25 kilograms. The goal of the game is to throw the ball past the opponents on the other side who are blocking a 9-meter wide net. And so you have 3 opponents on the court at a time and 3 people who are on the bench. So the team consists of 6 people.
Alright, so as you guys can see, we have some cut up vegetables in this bowl and some beef in this bowl, and we have a little bit of tomato sauce. And what we're going to do is make a meal for later because we have practice and we usually don't get back till 10 o'clock in the evening. And we have this great Ninja Foodie, which definitely helps us with that problem. And so basically with this meal, we can easily 1, 2, 3 add this in and then go. And then basically we have a meal for later. We just have to mix some of this stuff in afterwards and call it a day. Added a little bit of spices to this mix, and now we are going to add this tomato sauce. And basically this will give it a little bit of flavor, but also a little bit of moisture while it's cooking in this foodie before we leave. Alrighty, so now obviously we had our dinner situated and it is at home in the Ninja Foodie cooking, and it will be ready for us when we get home really late from practice. So I can't show you guys an in-depth view of practice today because we don't have enough time, but I will be showing you guys how we set up the nets and a little teeny tiny bit of the warm-up. So I hope you guys can appreciate a little bit of that and a double day of sports or sporting activities. Tuesday is always really tiring because of that, and so yeah, let's let you see what happens now.